Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Aaron's Hour with yours truly, Aaron Phillips. Trying to find there we are.
I'm going to fall off this chair.
Oh, please don't. There's a handle on the right side there. That should let you down there. Look, right there you go, like an elevator.
I love it.
My guest is here, Mystic Mona. How are you, my friend?
I'm all sparkly today.
I see that. Yes.
Yes.
A little bling. It looks good.
Yes, it's all good.
Well, I'm glad to have. It's been a while since I've had you back.
know,
People have
right?
been clamoring for you. It's like, when is Mona coming back? I'm trying, you
What
know.
a sweet thing to say.
You would think she should know ahead of time when she'd be
well,
available.
You would
know.
think she would know how many red lights she'd hit on the
I
way
know.
here.
And then, of course, with the little bit of rain we're getting,
I know, right?
people don't know how to drive in the. That was her. Cup,
Sorry, that was me.
Her cup hitting the mic. Anyway, so yeah, we're getting a little rain this morning. The weather's been bizarre here in Las Vegas. By
know.
the way, thank you for joining us. Of course, press the number 1 to come and say hello to you and maybe get a little quick read. I know one person did. No. That's not Jennifer from Hawaii.
Oh,
This is another Jennifer
Okay,
here
we
in
love
Vegas.
this Jennifer,
We love all
too.
Jennifers. We love anybody.
anyone named Jennifer.
That's right.
Yes.
Or if your name begins with a J, that's fine too.
Actually, I had 2 Jennifers I visited with this week.
Did you really?
So may I bring up something random?
Please. You know
Okay.
my first segment is always random. So
Okay, so I discovered that if you have a spare piece of pizza left over from the night before, and you ran out of toast to put your eggs on, you can actually do over medium eggs on a piece of pizza, and it's delicious.
I love. What kind of pizza? Was it
was
specific?
sausage and pepperoni.
Look at all that extra protein you're getting with the
I
eggs.
know, with just a little tiny bit of starch. But the pizza crust on this pizza was delicious. So
Where'd you get the pizza from? Do you want to acknowledge?
actually, I think it was a California Pizza Kitchen frozen pizza.
Gotcha. So it's like a little flatbread kind of thing?
Oh, it's good.
Nice.
Oh,
Well, that gives me an
good.
idea now the next time I make my eggs.
Well, think about it. If you had, we
It's
normally, we normally get the big pizza whenever
Yes.
we get a pizza because we want leftover
Leftovers.
pieces.
Yeah, of course.
So now you have a whole new way, and I'll bet you there's some creative listeners out here that have pizza ideas that we haven't even thought of.
Well, Jennifer from Hawaii is in the chat room right now.
Oh, I love
Says
Jennifer
hello.
from Hawaii. Hello,
And-
Jennifer.
And I wonder, if she does Hawaiian pizza, which is what the pineapples and stuff on.
My nephew loves ham and Grimaldi's.
We'll
and
send
gr-
you a bill for
and,
advertising.
yes, and Grimaldi's won't do. Maybe not these days, but
That's-
back in our day,
That's true.
right?
Yeah, come with your own pineapple.
I
if
mean,
you
we
want
can
it.
still sing random.
That's okay.
It's
This
the
whole
random
show's
show.
random.
Yes.
702-329-6947 if you're outside the United States.
Someone cracks me up.
I have so many horse lines I could say right now, but I'll let them all go. Press the
Hey.
number 1 to come in. So I'm letting them go. Press the number 1 to come into the studio. Chat with us. Any questions? Mona's here. I don't know if we have the
Aaron,
camera.
what's the news of the week?
Hold on 1 second. We have the news of the week is which camera are we using? I'll fix it up. All right, never mind. We do have a camera that's set. Anyway, news of the week. Keeps buffering. Okay, well, Jennifer, we have some bad weather going on in Vegas right now.
Right.
So
Oh,
just
it's right
hang
in
with
the
it.
way. Sorry.
If you don't or can't watch us on video, by all means, you are more than welcome to please download the Go Live Vegas mobile app to your device, your phone. And then this way you can at least take us on the go like old traditional radio, and you can at least hear us, if
Right.
nothing else. Of course, we're on YouTube, Twitter, everything under the sun. But, okay, so here's some news. Usually I like to start off with winners who win stuff, and I will get to a couple of those. However, here's a story of someone who tried to win in a rather unique way.
What?
He didn't win, but he's also, I think he's gotten in trouble in the casinos in the past for doing crazy stuff. So there was a ballsy bets in Las Vegas, and then there's laying out on craps tables like Hunter Renfrow for a touchdown pass to steal thousands in casino chips. Of course, an old Vegas downtown, while the heist hasn't been reported chips. Now, here comes the hard part for the thief. How do you launder chips?
Thank you,
Mona, am I not your
Ron.
favorite host? I mean, come on, we're friends. But you're right. Mystic Mona is the key part. Anyway, if you see the picture for this story, the gentleman, he gets there. Oh, Jennifer's on YouTube. He gets there at the craps table, and you know what he does? He literally launches himself, lays across the table,
I saw the picture.
snatches up the chips, and runs out with almost $20,000 worth of chips. Now, I'm trying to see. Now it's just a sit back and wait approach for the El Cortez security team as those chips make their attempt to recirculate back into the casino. Everyone relax, though. They reportedly don't beat up greedy bastards like in the old days. I'm sure the El Cortez will treat the chip thief with respect and not bring out the hammer. I don't know. I know a couple of people in this town that would disagree with that last statement. But, I mean, it is a ballsy move. You're in the casino. You know you got cameras overhead, right? I guess, granted, if you don't do it face up, they don't see your face, but obviously they know who this guy is.
Right.
And you just take your moment and say, screw it, I'm diving on the table, and I'm going to skim as many chips as I can.
Okay, so what movie was it? Was it Casino that they were laundering the chips where they gave them to the strippers, and then one after another they ended up cashing them in at the cashier cage?
I don't...
Which movie was that?
I don't recall. We'll have to look that up. I don't recall. Somebody will know.
Some of our brain trusts are going to know that.
That's right. The entire listening base is our... Which movie was it where the strippers, you said?
Yeah, they were laundering chips by in other words, they gave the whoever had a ton of chips gave them to a bunch of strippers,
right.
And then the strippers one after another cashed them in
Gotcha.
and gave them back to the person that.
I don't recall that as being part of Casino.
No, it was.
We'll find it.
Obviously, it was another movie based in Vegas.
George Miklos, the G-Man, my co-host on the roundtables in the chat room. Good morning,
Yay.
G-Man. All right, but now let's get on to some legitimate winners.
Yay!
Legitimate winners. Two more. Huh? I don't know.
No, that's not it.
That would be too obvious.
No, it was kind of
Do you know who's in it?
I just remember the scene where all the strippers were walking up one at a time and cashing the chips in.
Well, that's every day in Vegas.
Gosh. No.
There was a movie called Striptease, but I don't think that's the one either.
What if it was the movie Showgirls?
That could be. I honestly don't recall the scene.
That was a weird movie.
Yes, I do recall the movie, though.
Okay.
You know, the airport has been announcing winners there a lot over the last year or so, and traditionally, especially when I was selling timeshare, we always thought that the casino was the worst place to play.
Right.
Because, you know, you have that captured audience, right? So
right.
you're just going to keep them there. Maybe every once in a while one would hit. But here's the thing. 2 more guests hit slots at the airport. Now, they didn't win $100,000, but still, I guess going home and replenishing your losses is not a bad thing. So 2 visitors at the Las Vegas Harry Reid or McCarran International Airport had a profitable stop at the airport when they both hit slots. According to the report, one guest named Michael D. hit a jackpot worth about $10,000, just under 11, while playing the Quick Hits slot machine. Okay, thank you. The airport also had another guest identified only as Rita F. won $14,130 playing Dancing Drums Explosion. No additional information was provided. So
good for her.
I was going to say, I mean, there's another $25,000 worth of winnings, and even when I'm going out somewhere, I don't bet there because I've always believed that the worst odds of winning there because you're a captured audience. What are you going to do on a 3-hour layover? You know, even an hour layover. I know sometimes when I have to meet guests down at baggage claim, they got the machines down there too. And, you know, all right, they just landed, they got to get off the plane. All right, I got a half an hour. I'm so tempted, but I don't.
Right. Well, because, okay, see, I think it's a little tricky or dicey to try and play at the
very
airport
nice.
anyway.
Dicey or very nice. I like what you did there,
Okay,
Mona.
yeah, thank you. I really love a good pun, I'm just saying.
Oh, okay, gotcha,
So-
yes.
Yeah. Anyway, but when you're at the airport and let's say your flight's delayed, you get the little
Yes.
text from Southwest saying your flight is now leaving at 90 minutes from now
Yes.
instead of 20 minutes from now.
If it's leaving at all.
Well, but you know they'll change it on you at the last minute too if they get another plane. So if you comfortably think you got an hour to sit there
Sure.
and suddenly you hit a bonus round and some of those machines have 200, 400 free spins. Well, what do you do
Right.
if your flight's boarding?
Right. You
Right?
hit the payout button fast and...
No, you can't in the middle of a bonus round.
That's right.
So if you have 400 free spins on something, you either have to make really good friends with someone walking by going, dude, I'll split this with you.
Exactly. Oh, by the way, Jennifer loves your blouse.
Oh,
by the
thank
way.
you. Thank you. I like sparkly stuff.
It is very true. I mean, it's you get stuck there. What are you going to do? I mean, like you said, you better have a very friendly neighbor walking by you at that point.
Well, if something like that happens, sure.
Yes.
And what's to stop the friendly neighbor from not admitting they won
Well,
at all?
that's the same thing. Like, here's $20. Go get me tickets down to Prim, and do you really know if you got the winning ticket?
Oh, speaking of.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we don't have a lottery in Nevada.
No, we don't.
I think we need to point that out to our thousands and thousands of listeners. That Nevada needs a lottery.
Well, you know why we don't, right?
Yeah, because of the casinos. But if the casinos were to manage it or even create it, a cooperative casino lottery in Vegas, it could be shared by, I mean, if someone wins, if you won $1 billion on a lottery ticket, that casino, just by selling the ticket, wins $1 million.
Do you remember, this was a couple of years ago, in an attempt to raise money for the education, for the school budget.
Right.
It was proposed a $1 rip-off ticket where you just open up the windows, you know. They were $1.
Right.
And the casinos would get a percentage of the
Get
dollar.
a dollar, make you holla.
Exactly. Something will make you holla. So if you have $1, let's say the casino would get, I don't know, 30 cents on the dollar, whatever.
Right, right.
They said no to that.
Okay, it's because they might not get a piece of it, right?
Ron says it right. Our lottery is called Keno. No,
I love Keno.
they'll get percentage of every dollar sold,
You
not
guys,
the winnings.
I love Keno. Keno's like my game of choice.
I can't figure out Keno to save my life. Can you predict the numbers in advance?
Sometimes. Yeah.
All right, in
sometimes.
that case, I'm going to
I
give
play
you
the same numbers all the time. I'm loyal to my numbers.
These tickets, though, for every dollar spent to buy, they were getting a percentage of the dollar, not winnings.
Right.
So if they sold $1 million worth of tickets that day, they were getting a percentage of every dollar
Yeah,
sold.
probably,
And they still
yeah.
voted that down, which tells you that the unions, or not the unions, the lobbyists, are stronger in this town than anybody else. And I told my wife, who's an educator,
Right.
she's now in an admin, but years ago when she was still in the classroom, the local teachers union had an opportunity to vote the Teamsters in from New York as their union reps.
Oh, wow.
And I told my wife at that time, I said, if that is not done, it's going to be one of the biggest mistakes the union will have ever made. And of course they didn't. And of course they're sitting there making their 2 or 3% every couple of years because they always hold the monies back until, you know, so.
Right.
But this is why I keep screaming for the marijuana money. When that all started, what, 10 years ago?
Yeah, now, wait a minute.
Yes.
Wasn't that supposed to go to education?
Yes.
Wasn't that supposed to pay teachers a little bit more?
That was all supposed to go in the educational budget. Now, I recall, after that first year, our then Governor Sandoval, who was governor at the time, decided to move the money from that account into the rainy day fund, which then was used to revamp the spaghetti bowl. And to the best of my knowledge, and I'm sure somebody out there can certainly correct me, to the best of my knowledge, those monies are still being directed not into the educational fund. So for years, I've been screaming that our state treasury needs a forensic audit from somebody outside the state of Nevada that has no connections to anybody here and audit those books because you know what? $53 million last year was the shortfall for the school. How much money has been reported through marijuana sales, which has been more than the $53 million, that had that money gone in there, we would not be short 1,600 teachers. We would not be short 700 or 800 subs.
We could have security staff on
Could
campus.
have security staff and everything. Instead
Yeah.
now, you know, I went back to work for the school that I work at, one of the elementary schools. Now the district, every classroom must be locked during the school day. Locked. Okay? Which, again, there's a level of understanding that.
Sure.
Okay? But then there's a level of every time somebody knocks on the door, it interrupts the teacher's lesson. Because 4 kids get up from the chair, they want to run open the door. Right? I know it's I'm playing both sides. Okay? As a teacher that has to go in and out of these classrooms and return kids to class, it becomes a logistical concern because then what if, God forbid, you do have an issue and
Right.
kids are out in the hallway coming back from the bathroom and they can't easily get back into a room? We have
Right.
obviously steps for that. But anyway, I digress. But I think a forensic audit should be done on the state money because to the best of my knowledge, unless, again, somebody changes that.
We went from lottery to...
I know. Stuart Berman says the state constitution forbids a lottery. Would be nice if that could change. I agree, especially if dollars will go into education. Anyway, okay, another winning.
Yay.
Yay. Another local. Locals have been winning a lot, or at least locals have been publicized a lot more, which is always good. Good morning on Twitter, Taryn at Taryn's Mary. Mary. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for listening. And all of you chiming in now on YouTube and Twitter. If you want to have a mini read by Mona.
Oh, that would be now.
702-329-6947.
After the break.
After the break. Well, I'm going to finish these stories, then we'll go to break.
Right.
Local Las Vegas hits $61,000 slot jackpot at Off-Strip Casino. Can you
Which
believe
one?
it? Well, let's see. According to Rampart Casino, the lucky guest, identified only as Thomas, hit a jackpot worth just under $62,000 while playing the Tarzan penny machine.
Oh, I know where that is. That's right by the exit going to the parking lot and the restrooms and the Buffalo machine.
Yes. Now that you say that. She doesn't go there very often, by the way.
No, we live on that side of town.
Right,
so, but there's only one of those machines in there. Yeah.
The property said he hit the jackpot after putting in only about $5.
What?
Yes. Some upcoming events here in the city, I should say. October's only 25 days away, but before the haunted houses set up shop in Vegas, there's a horror convention. The Odysseys and Curiosities Expo arrives at the World Market Expo in less than 2 weeks on Saturday, September 7th. Well, it's now a week from today, 10 a.m. The Rampart Casino is up in Summerlin off of Rampart Boulevard off the 215. So next time you come out, Jennifer, we'll make arrangements. We'll get you up there. Let's see. September 17th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Small businesses will show off all things scary and weird, including skulls, bones, Halloween artwork, and preserved animals.
Oh, my.
You can check that out online. I don't have the website information, but you can do that and check that out and search for it. Let's see. Today, coming to Vegas. Oh, tickets for that, by the way, are $10 in advance, $15 at the door. The world's largest reptile expo.
What?
Thousands of reptiles will be on display for sale with educational events for breeders, hobbyists, and pet enthusiasts. Admission is $16 for adults, $10 for kids 12 and under.
Rattle your change jar.
That is today at the Las Vegas Convention Center from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. today and tomorrow at the South Hall. Let's see. I had a nice article, but this is too long to go through. With the water problems here, I found a nice article for conservation ideas. So I'm going to leave that aside for now.
Okay.
Oh, but here's the last one I want to end with.
Before break. Yes.
Do you like Mai Tais?
I don't do sweet drinks. I'm a martini girl.
Okay. Well,
yes.
With a olive in it?
Yes.
Shaken but not stirred.
Yes.
Largest Mai Tai world record was broken at the Golden Tiki.
Oh, our Golden Tiki?
Our Golden Tiki. Here's the picture of it mixing.
That is one of the coolest, kitschiest little places in town.
It's also very haunted. Ghost Adventures did a show there, and it is haunted as well from all the heads and the shrunken heads and stuff that are there. Mm-hmm. One popular Chinatown bar just set the world record as it celebrates its 7th anniversary. The record was broken on Tuesday, August 30th at the bar in Chinatown near Spring Mountain and Valley View. Many people were on hand to pour more than 300 bottles of liquor, which beverage director Adam Raines feverishly mixed. It took about 30 minutes to build the 100-gallon cocktail in front of the live crowd, with the final product weighing more than 900 pounds. The previous record was set at 55 gallons. Guests were able to enjoy the drink,
mere 55 gallons,
which was used to fill 2 fountains throughout the night.
That sounds wonderful.
So there you go.
If you like Mai Tais. Yeah.
If you like Mai Tais.
Yes.
I don't wear ties anymore, so I have no favorite Mai Tai.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Yes, thank you very little. Okay, with that, we're going to step aside for our first break of the show. When we come back, we're going to focus on some fun with Mystic Mona. Call in after break, 702-329-6947. Press the number 1 to come into the studio and get your mini reading.
Yay.
Of course, Mona will give all of her details where you can get a full reading, whether it's online, in town, whatever. She'll give you all that. But don't go anywhere. More fun, crazy stuff. We'll be right back.
This is the story of one man's incredible journey from 350 to 200-pound weight loss and his mission to help and inspire others. Aaron Phillips. People are praising Aaron's new book with 5-star reviews. Aaron's various humorous and wildly entertaining stories portray his rise as a sports announcer, his encounters with exotic and irregular entertainers on the Las Vegas Strip through his long-running Vegas Unwrapped radio show, and his contagious and positive style of pursuing success. Call now or visit our website or Amazon now to get your copy of Let My Voice Speak to You, stories from a Hall of Fame radio personality. Order now.
Studios, a unique multi-camera social media virtual content creators paradise. We offer high-end services using live streaming and film production for your personal or corporate, commercial or event and campaign needs. Pre-record or live stream to your audience on multiple social media platforms simultaneously. Fun and interactive with social media comments, phone lines, live remotes, audio Foley sounds, and Snapchat filters. Be creative, get recognized, and make money. We help you by providing an all in-house production team. Visit our website at golive.vegas.
All right, welcome back. Aaron Sauer with Aaron Phillips.
Yes.
Hey, I failed to mention, because I was up against time, the Las Vegas Aces, let's congratulate them. They're now in the finals, going up against the Connecticut Sun, and of course, Aja Wilson won MVP of the league for the second time. For those who don't know, it's a 5-game series. It's a 2-2-1, 2 here in Vegas, 2 in Connecticut, and then if needed, a 5th game here back at, they play at the Michelob Ultra Arena at the Mandalay Bay. First game is tomorrow. I don't have the times for it, but you can check your local listings. There goes the 11th, 13th, 15th, 18th, and 20th, so let's hope. Because the last couple of years, the Aces have come like within a game, within a couple of minutes of actually winning the championship. Let's hope, and they look very strong. Let's hope that they do it. Football season is coming up. We'll talk about that a little later.
Yay.
As you can tell, I'm getting ready for my Giants game tomorrow. They play the Tennessee Titans tomorrow. Our Raiders are in California to take on the Chargers, which means it'll probably be a pseudo home game for the Raiders out in L.A. Yeah, so football season is starting. All right. So how you doing since we last had you here? What's going on?
So I'm going to be doing a segment with Mercedes from Mark and Mercedes.
I know Mercedes.
I'm doing a segment this week, upcoming week where we actually go to a haunted park.
Oh no!
So I'm going to do a reading about a haunted park, and then they're going to play it over Halloween week. So
nice. You want to mention the park, or you want to? Can you?
No, I'm
going to.
I can't mention it because
Gotcha.
we don't want people to rush there and go.
Well, just tell me. They won't. Nobody will know.
I'll tell
Just
you
tell
after
me.
off air. Yeah, I'll make it all about you, baby, because that's how it should be. Okay.
It's my show. It's
so
my
we're
name
doing
on
that. I did the diamond dig for Dress for Success a couple days ago, where I actually did readings and raised money for them. So that's cool. And then the 6th annual, mark your calendars if you want to make a trip to Vegas. The 6th annual Night of the Witches is October 27th.
And what is the Night of the Witches?
It is where people get dressed up and there's a costume contest. So it's actually witches, wizards, and warlocks. So that we're inviting the fellas to be there as well.
Nice.
Oh, very good, very good. And there's a costume contest for most creative, best guy costume, most famous witch, and scary witch, and then there's the best hat contest.
Oh.
So, but every one of them wins a money prize.
Everyone that's in the contest.
Everyone that's in the contest wins a money prize. There's a swag bag. You get your first witch's brew for free. Mm-hmm. But it's all at the Grape Street Cafe up at downtown Summerlin.
Know it
so
very
it's
well.
close to our side of town.
Yes, thank goodness.
So, and it's 6 to 8:30. But the website is nightofthewitches.com.
Do they need an event host?
Oh, we.
That's okay. If someone's there, that's fine.
but you could be one of the judges.
Okay. Who do I call?
Because we need to have people that there are a couple of people that really take the costume contest seriously.
Sure.
And one of them has won something every year.
Wow.
Because this is the 6th annual, and there's this one person who every year has won something.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm surprised you don't have the Tubular Bells music. You know, from crap, what was that from? Damien? The Omen.
He'll find something.
You know, the do 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 do.
Oh, yes.
That one. Anyway, but so Night of the Witches is going to be October 27th.
Okay.
And then on September 30th is the high tea that's going to be at the Waldorf Astoria.
Okay.
And that benefits Help of Southern Nevada. So
Nice.
I will be at those events helping to raise money for that. And then I'm also going to be at the Once Upon a Gala event for Shade Tree in November. So we have a lot of neat things coming up where I'm going to be doing readings for people. So
We have a call on the line.
nice.
I know who it is. Joining us now on the line, she's the general manager of Ultimate Women of Wrestling here in Las Vegas, Miss
Not
Jennifer
her.
Santana. How are you?
Jennifer.
I'm great. How are with you. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you sound great.
We can hear you just fine. I know you're pressed for time, so I'm going to turn it over to Mystic Mona.
So, Jennifer, do you have a question, or do you want me to just tell you what Spirit wants to tell you?
Yeah, tell me if I could have Spirit's advice right now about, probably, love life stuff, but anything that is pressing that I need to know, yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna do what's the most important thing Jennifer needs to know. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay.
Okay.
Please do not concentrate on love life right now.
Okay.
Mercury just went retrograde. We have a full moon tonight. This is not good energy to try to be dynamic to bring love to you. Instead, it's more like looking at all people as though they are a business deal. So you look at every single person as though they're a business deal, not like they could be a romantic interest. Now, that said, it says you're amazing at what you do for work, absolutely amazing. And the fact that you are a woman in an industry that is sort of new, you see what I'm saying? It's like, I want you to use that as your mantle or your identity to move forward. You're amazing at bringing harmony to chaos, but you may have in the last couple weeks experienced some political unfairness with what you do. So it could be that you keep putting your best stuff out there and you're not getting a response that you deserve. Don't take that personally. It's not about you. You just haven't found the right person yet or the right venue yet, but you will. The funny thing is I almost wonder if okay, this is random, Jennifer. Are you ready for it's random? It's random Saturday. Random Saturday. Here's my random thought for you, and you're gonna think this is absolutely bananas, but whenever it just comes into my head like that, I just gotta share it with you. What if a couple of your gals, you know, the wrestling gals, the fighter gals, what if they developed some sort of a comedy routine that was a 5-minute film that was a segment that would be super funny? Okay. And I'm thinking now, okay, again, random, it would be really fun if somebody's top came off, but you pixelated it so that nobody saw anything. So in other words, you make it tantalizing, titillating. Me and my puns. I just, okay. But what I'm thinking is if you do this as a comedy thing, and that you might throw that into the actual event before the real event. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
You mean like in a pre-show?
Yeah.
Yeah. But that could be your calling card to the people that you actually want to talk to, because maybe you send them that video and then they call you and go, "What's this?" And you say, "Well, that was designed to get your attention." But the funny thing, you know, there used to be, okay, back when burlesque was really burlesque and you never really saw any nudity, it was always about the tease. It was always about almost seeing the nudity. If you could throw some of that into what you do, see if your gals, one or two of your gals, actually you need at least two, would be interested in doing something like that. Like you could do a whole different version of the feather fan dance by throwing wrestling into it. Do you see what I mean? It's like I could see someone bopping somebody on the head or on the butt. You know, Aaron's looking at me like, "Where are you coming up with this, girl?"
No. I'm picturing everything you're saying in my mind, and I'm smiling.
Well, because okay,
this is gonna be a great show, December 10th.
Okay, now if you could get a guy that was a good sport,
ooh, I know someone
that would be willing to wear a thong.
All right, maybe not.
Yeah, I had to throw that in there, Aaron. Sorry.
That's all right.
But if you could get a guy, maybe borrow a Chippendales or a Thunder from Down Under guy, or, you know, a Magic Mike guy, borrow one of those guys to do something where the girls are pulling the clothes off the guy, and then it turns into a wrestling match. That might be a million men's fantasies right there.
At least a million and one.
Okay, but what I'm thinking is that if take the business seriously, but promote your business with humor. That's the big message that I'm getting. And if you could, we're
Yeah.
Vegas, man. You got to throw a little bit of that mystery, that fantasy, that sex into it. And when you do, you could actually create a whole brand new show that's just like that. Are they going to see a serious wrestling match, or are they going to see something funny?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously,
Yeah.
in other words, are they going to see something serious? Or like they changed up the whole ticket for the big UFC fight this weekend, right, Aaron?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Apparently there was somebody overweight in or whatever, and so they had to change the ticket. But wouldn't it be funny if in the middle of one of these serious, people are betting tons of money on these matches, to have something fun like that? Like you could actually ingratiate your gals into a UFC thing as a moment of lightness and fun. And it could end up being a co-branding thing for these big events where I just think it'd be fabulous. Aaron's not saying
no,
it.
that's
No.
really something great about.
So Jennifer, what I'd like to ask the people who call in, and I know you have to run, so I'll let you go after this.
Sorry, I went long.
No, you're good.
Okay.
She just
Oh,
I
you're
know.
good. I'm good.
Yeah, she has a 12:45 appointment, which she
Okay.
was gracious enough to text me and let me know about.
Okay, cool.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being right on target, 1 being like I have no idea who you're talking about, how would you grade the comments of Mystic Mona for you?
I love that because, I mean, giving me advice for, like, things to make UWW bigger is awesome because that's a huge focus right now. And with the show coming up on December 10th at House of Blues, like, anything we can do to add a better show that's going to be more entertaining and draw more eyeballs is going to be perfect. So I think that's, a great thing to focus on right now.
Well, there's so many creative things that people can wear that look like you're naked, but you're not naked. You see what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like you could literally put someone in a flesh tone bodysuit underneath whatever they're wearing, and if something gets stripped away, they don't actually see anything.
Yeah, and I mean, we're on the Vegas Strip for this show. It's an all-women's wrestling promotion. So, I mean, of course, there's going to be, like, the sexy aspect of it. So I think that's a great
But
idea.
if you could throw a little burlesque in there, if you could borrow one of the hunky guys from one of the guy strip shows, and do something where you're sort of making fun of the guy, that he's this buff, cute, amazing. I'll rip my blouse off for you, dude. I mean, it's like it's because you want the interest of the women as well as the men. Because it's like I love going to female impersonator shows because I'm blown away by how they do that. It just like Frank Marino, one of the best female impersonators out there. I mean, Divas Las
Yeah,
Vegas. He's
absolutely.
like amazing. So. I think that if you threw just a little bit of burlesque, a little bit of comedy into the whole show, and then have real wrestling matches in there.
A ring announcer, Shaw Guerrero, she actually does a burlesque show, so she has a lot of experience with that. And then it just so happens that one of my jiu-jitsu teammates is Thunder from Down Under guy. So
Oh
not that far
wow!
off to be able
Oh wow! That's
together, yeah.
great. Now, and by the way, if he
retirement for them.
okay, because it starts all here first before anything happens anywhere else. So
She's still I'm available for commentary, right? So if that happens,
hey, it'd be Mystery Science Theater for burlesque.
there you go. That's a great thing about an event like that. When you do commentary or something like that, the very little that's said is the better. So just let the
Right.
visual say for itself.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Jennifer, thank you for calling in. Good luck in your class.
Thank you so much.
Have fun. Thank you.
We'll
It
talk
was
to you
good talking to you again, Mona.
Okay, cool. Can't wait.
See ya.
Bye.
Wow.
That was fun.
That was fun. Jennifer, as you picked up, as said, she's involved with UWW, and yeah, so good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff because we're doing commentary for them. Myself and my two co-hosts for my wrestling show.
Yeah.
We're involved in UWW. We promote them. We help the day of the event and all that stuff. So we're behind the scenes on a lot of the development. We're trying to
Wow,
help
that's
grow
great.
them. So I'm listening to what you're saying, and I'm checking off little boxes like, yep. So anyway, all right, good stuff. And if anybody else wants to get a mini reading, Ramona's ready to go. The card is shuffled. It is spread out on the desk, ready
I've
for you to call
cleared them
in.
for you.
702-329-6947, especially if you're on the Go Live Vegas mobile app and you're on
Right.
the go somewhere. Just pull over in a parking lot. Don't do this while you're driving
No,
because
no.
the roads are a little slick out here right now. Pull over, red light, whatever.
But hold on. Speaking of rain, we
Yes.
were supposed to be bombarded with rain starting last night at
Really?
10 o'clock.
Okay.
And look, it's dry.
Well, right now it was not dry when I came to the studio at 8 o'clock.
Oh,
Yes, it was. Yes, it was raining down here.
I was in the middle of doing readings over the phone, so I
there you
wasn't
go.
even paying attention.
Wasn't raining when I left my house at a little before 8, but by the time I got down here by 8:30, it was
All right,
raining. So,
all right,
so while we wait for someone else to call in, it's a little too early for break. I'm going to go back to that one story because this is something that's
yeah.
important.
Yeah.
Now, you own your own home, right?
Yeah.
You own a home. I rent, but still, I treat it like it's my own home. So, and as I'm saying this, I'm looking at the news mix on our screen here in the studio, the lower right-hand corner, showing somewhere of flooding water, which I'm presuming is from rains. I know, is it Mississippi that had all those terrible flooding?
Oh
Don't
my
drink the
gosh,
water and all that.
Oh man, that's awful.
So as everybody knows, or everybody pretty much should know, Las Vegas is in a severe drought. The state is, as well as many of the southwestern states, California, et cetera. So the title of this article is Las Vegas isn't betting on Mother Nature to solve its water problems, but here's how it intends to win. And part of this comes from the Water Authority as well. And some of these are water-saving tips, which I'm sure many people are aware of them. And we'll get to the obvious ones here in a second. I think they listed like 7 of them. Do you have a pool in your backyard?
No.
Okay. I don't either. Well, I use the
Desert
community pool.
landscaping.
Oh, there you go. Now, the Water Authority, when I owned homes, they actually paid you to get rid of regular landscaping.
That's what we did.
And I took advantage of that as well. Now, where I live, I'm renting a condo. I treat it like it's my own house. So the front of our yard was dead grass, not dead, but it was like part of it was dirt and everything else. And I finally called the owner. I took pictures of it. And I have a good relationship with my landlord. And I said, dude, this is the front yard. I said, would you consider allowing me, we'd have to do all the paperwork and get approvals.
Right.
Get that out of there.
Right.
Put down rocks, desert landscaping. We shut the water up. Now that saves me a few dollars because I'm the one paying the water bill, but
Right.
still. And when we sent in the plan, he said, absolutely, go ahead. So a year ago, we turned the front yard into desert landscaping. But if you have a pool, or I'm sorry, not if you have a pool, if you're looking at adding a pool or buying a home that allows you to put a pool in, one of the things that's being considered is banning mega pools. Now, I read a little piece of an article about something like this a couple of weeks ago where the legislation is considering pools no bigger than about 600 square feet. So the Southern Nevada Water Authority says that there's been a proliferation of giant pools, some larger than 3,000 square feet in recent years. The new building codes limits new pools to be no more than 600 square feet, a move the Water District says will save more than 32 million gallons of water over the next 10 years. The average pool size in Southern Nevada right now is 470 square feet. So the idea of this is not necessarily for the actual swimming area, but a lot of the accents of like having a waterfall and all that stuff on the side and reducing that sort of usage of water in and around the pool landscape is kind of what they're targeting on. So it's kind of interesting because a good friend of mine, and Aaron knows him as well, is in a pool building business. And so I'm interested in talking with him at some point to ask him how this potentially could obviously affect. And listen, a pool's a pool. So if they're hired to draw out the pool and build and everything, whether it's 600 square
Right.
feet or not, it's
Right.
still something. But I know a lot of his work is up in the high end, like up in high-end Summerlin.
Oh, like the summit?
The Summit.
Rigids,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, I'm thinking of the place up Tropicana. Why am I blanking
Well,
on?
I think you're thinking of the summit.
No. It's up
that's-
Tropicana.
oh, that's off
between
Flamingo.
Rainbow and Buffalo.
Oh,
It's the one that you can see from
it's Spanish Trail.
Spanish Trails. Thank
Yeah.
you. So places like that, not that they have new building going in. However, there's probably a ton of homes in there that don't have a pool.
Right.
That would be an area where people are probably going to look at 600 square feet. That's my bathtub.
Right.
Anyway, okay, how about this one? Reclaiming all indoor water for reuse.
Well, for landscaping watering, yeah.
But I don't think that's what they're talking about.
all right.
Water that we use indoors all gets reclaimed. The water is treated to clean to get to water standards. Then it's returned to Lake Mead, our primary water source. Every gallon that we return to Lake Mead allows us to take another gallon out of the lake without counting against limited water allocation. According to the Water Authority, only 10% of its water comes from local groundwater. The other 90% comes from the Colorado River's Lake Mead, the largest man-made reservoir in the country, which continues to fall below record lows. We've all seen the pictures of what they call the bathtub ring around where the water levels used to be. In August, the federal government enacted a Tier 2 shortage, which will limit the amount of water Southern Nevada can pull from Lake Mead beginning in January by about 8.1 billion gallons a year. Limiting. So, obviously, the water will be recycled. That's what they're talking about from in-home use.
Right.
Okay. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of funny. You know, all the rain we talk about, the monsoon rains and the rains we've seen clips that have gone into casinos, into the parking garages.
Oh yeah, remember the Imperial Palace, now the Link?
Yes.
Right. Well, that's actually a water. What's it called? Waterway.
Yes.
Yeah.
For the drainage, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, the last couple of huge rains, I mean, I remember seeing pictures. There was this one guy sitting at a slot machine. Water's pouring down on him like he's sitting in a shower, but he's still hitting the buttons.
Oh, yeah, well.
You know? So, but people
Good to have a hobby.
Yeah, exactly. So they hear these reports. Oh, you know, rain, we got 3/4 of an inch or half an inch. Well, first of all, I believe they take those readings at McCarran Airport as the central part of the city, because I believe the National Weather Service has an office not far from there. But the reality is, folks, we need that water to fall over Lake Mead or in the Colorado River. That's really where we need it. And I remember a story after the last monsoon saying, oh, Lake Mead has risen like 1/10 of a fraction of an inch, like this much, you know. So how they're tracking that?
Well, no, actually, I heard that Lake Mead went up by 3 inches.
Well,
and you know, that's the difference between ooh and ah.
Don't forget to tip your waiters and waitresses on your way out.
Sorry,
No, that's
random
like that.
Saturday.
No, but I like that. That's very good. But yeah, so you know, we have to keep that in mind that we need the rain to fall where it needs to be, which is over
Right.
Lake Mead to be stored. And that's the scary part. We'll give one more of these and we'll go to our second break. Number 3, keeping the Vegas Strip water savvy. Now, we've heard this for years. You know, you've got the Bellagio is probably the biggest target of this. You know, what do they do with the fountains? The fountains out front is part of the draw to the Strip for people. Do you turn that off? You know, what do you do with a lot of these casinos on the Strip that have water displays
Right.
that are part of the attraction of going there?
Well, and speaking of, the Wynn was going to turn their golf course into a water recreation park, and they trashed it just because there's one high roller that likes the golf course. That's the first thing. The other thing is I also heard that Resorts World is going to build a water park next to their their property.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
there's another water feature thing.
Which brings up a great point. We have 2 water parks in
Right.
town. We have Wet and Wild and Cowabunga. But I do believe those 2 places, I could be wrong, but I believe they recycle the water that goes through their system. So
Yeah.
they have the water it's recycled, so whether they're dipping into some of the stored water or not. I
Where's
doubt
the
it.
deserted water park that when you drive from here to California?
Oh, yeah. It's I know which one it's like on the way out near Peggy Sue's Diner. It's on that right-hand side.
It's like this deserted old water park. Yeah.
Calling on the line. Wow, this is a call all the way from New Jersey.
What?
Mr. David. How are you, David?
David.
Fine. How are you, Aaron?
Good. Not only is this David, but it's my sister's father-in-law.
Oh, hey, David.
How are you? How's the fam doing?
Grace doing all right.
Good, good.
Yeah.
Are you calling in to get a mini reading with Mystic Mona?
Yeah, I just go to my app and I saw it.
There you go. Well, there you go. I'm going to turn it over to
Okay.
Mystic Mona.
David, do you want a specific question answered, or do you want me to just tell you what the cards want to tell you?
Tell me what the cards want to tell
Okay,
me.
you got it. All right. So I'm drawing your cards right now. And,
Okay.
And look how the camera's going right to how I'm drawing the cards, right?
I see it.
All right. Oh, no. Just kidding.
You're going to be a grandfather of triplets? Oh, sorry. That's already
Okay,
happened.
so one of the...
At least I'm not a grandfather of twins.
That's there. Yeah, exactly. It'd be
Okay.
easier.
Okay. Okay, are you guys done?
Yes,
Okay,
we're done.
all
I'm
right.
sorry, cards.
Jeez. Okay, so one of the things that you've done really well throughout your career and your life is putting good people together. You're great at creating partnerships, including your own partnership. So, so once you found the one, actually your career really took off, which is fantastic. Okay, so there's this other card that's talking about how it's time for you not to be so much of a giver. So it's more about what people can do for you right now, not the other way around. But there's a card here that's very interesting. You have a very long memory for people that have slighted you, that nobody can kind of hold a grudge like you can.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well,
Maybe so. I still hold a grudge against my ex-partner.
okay, because what this says is that once you realize that there's nobody in the world like you, and whatever last thing that you went through, whatever past thing you went through, you had to go through it to be where you are right now. But there's also another interesting segment here in your cards that talks about you letting go of some sort of work to do the work that you actually love. So it's a letting go of, it would be like somebody that was thinking about, I'm going to retire from this, but then I'm going to go do this because it's what I've really wanted to do. All right. So once you finally realize that there's nobody in the world like you, everything starts to shift for you. But okay, I got to address this card that's talking about the past. I'd like you to do a little project. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So anybody that owes you, let's start with anyone that might owe you money, all right? I want you to call them and say, hey, it's me, Dave. Just want to let you know that I've noticed here that I haven't gotten any payments back on the $5,000 you owe me, and I'm wondering when you can start paying me back, all right? Now, if they sing and dance and like avoid it or sputter and I can't afford to pay you, then say, okay, how about you pay me $500 every couple of months until this is paid? Now, even if you don't get payment, if you realize that you're not going to get payment, I need you to treat that as a gift to that person and totally let it go. All right. If there's someone that owes you a favor, or if someone's borrowed a drill from you, get it back from them. It feels like that you're balancing your books here, and that it's been long overdue for you to do that. So that makes more sense to you than it does to me. But the big thing here is how amazing you are at partnerships right now. And it says that your current partner is someone that is incredibly helpful and wonderful with you. So I'm not worried about that at all.
Oh, she's wonderful.
So there you go.
All right, David, I got to ask you the question that I ask everybody on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being like right on, 1 being like she's talking about somebody I don't know. Where does she fall on the information she's provided for you?
I would say around an 8.
Oh, thank you.
Very good. Very
Thank
good.
you.
Very cool. Listen, I'm honored, David, that you've taken a few minutes to call into the show. I've only been on the air for 16 years, so I appreciate you finding...
Well, what can I tell you?
No,
what can I tell you?
I'm only kidding. Listen, hugs and kisses to the family.
Better late than never.
Okay, listen, tell your sister I spoke to you tonight.
I did. I texted her while you were talking with Mona.
How funny. That's so funny.
All right, stay healthy, my friend. Thank you.
You too. Listen, have a happy New Year if I don't speak to you.
You too, David.
See
Thank
you
you.
later. Happy New Year already.
Rosh
Oh,
Hashanah,
got
the
it.
Jewish New Year.
Yes. Yes, sorry.
Well, there you go. I have goosebumps. That literally, that is my sister's father-in-law. My brother-in-law, I've known since he was 9 years old.
Wow.
I was a counselor at a day camp at my synagogue.
Wow.
And he was my camper for many years. So, all right, we're going to step aside for our break, second break, and we may go over a little bit on the hour. So if you're still interested in getting a mini reading from Mystic Mona, you have the time when we come back from break. 702-329-6947. Press the number 1 to come into the studio. Give us a call after break. We'll be back right after this.
This is the story of one man's incredible journey from 350 to 200-pound weight loss and his mission to help and inspire others. Aaron Phillips. People are praising Aaron's new book with 5-star reviews. Aaron's various humorous and wildly entertaining stories portray his rise as a sports announcer, his encounters with exotic and irregular entertainers on the Las Vegas Strip through his long-running Vegas Unwrapped radio show, and his contagious and positive style of pursuing success. Call now, or visit our website or Amazon now to get your copy of Let My Voice Speak to You, stories from a Hall of Fame radio personality. Order now.
All right, our break was quick because I just found out that Mona does have, after 1 o'clock, she does have to take off for a couple of clients after this, so we will not hold her up. But again, you have a couple of minutes left if you want to get a quick reading from Mona. 702-329-6947. Press the number 1 to come into the studio. If you're outside the United States, 1-855-502-4321. All right, so I want to go back to this water thing real
cool.
quickly until somebody else calls in. Tearing out non-functional grass, or I guess
what
you have
does that
grass.
mean?
Well, I guess again you have grass somewhere that's really for show. It's not like a front
for the
yard or
dog.
backyard for the dog. Although now you can actually put like AstroTurf down for dogs too.
Yeah.
But it says here that Las Vegas has actually removed 200 million square feet of grass, including in residential front yards. We talked about the offer that the Water Authority has been given over the years.
Yeah.
Single-family homes built after 2003 are actually prohibited from having grass in front yards and limited in how much they can actually have inside and backyards. So
There's grass inside?
well, I guess, yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe, I don't know.
So we have to start treating our houses like they're spaceships and recycle everything.
Exactly.
Okay, got it.
Well, what's his name? Ben Affleck? No, the other one. Ben Affleck and, anyway, The Martian, the movie The Martian,
Oh,
when he was up on Mars. I mean, look what
yeah.
he did all by himself, grew potatoes and everything.
Yeah.
The Water Authority estimates that the grass law will ultimately save about 10% of its total water supply, which
Wow.
is pretty interesting. It takes 73 gallons of water per square foot every year to keep grass alive here in the Mojave Desert, but drip irrigated and drought-tolerated landscaping only requires 18 gallons per square foot, hence desert landscaping.
Yeah.
Okay. The next thing, strict irrigation schedules year-round. Don't we already have that? I don't know how well people follow it.
Well, we all get notices.
Absolutely, and then you get ticketed if you don't follow the
Right.
notice. So I don't know if they're looking to change those to make them even more strict, but we're already on the schedule. Identifying water wasters. They have waste investigators, the Water Authority does, and will contact property owners. I guess there we're talking about, like, if you have a busted sprinkler head and you see the geyser and medians, you're driving in communities. That's what I would think that would
Well,
be.
okay, I'm giving you sort of a wry look because I've seen people on the rant on a Fox 5 when they say, there's this gushing water, it's been going on for days and nobody's doing anything about it.
Right.
And I've made these calls and nothing's happening.
Right.
So.
No, absolutely. So in that case, who do you call? The HOA? Because
Right.
if it's on private property, I
Where's
don't
the
think
water waste hotline?
That's a good point. Everybody else has a hotline.
Right.
Right.
Water
that's
waste
actually,
hotline.
It's actually a very good point.
Right.
So there's that. Now, here's, so water waste. When was the last time you manually washed your car?
Oh, been years. We take it to the WOW car wash.
Yeah, see,
There's
I
a
would,
plug for them too.
We're sending out a lot of bills, y'all. But it's a great point. I think in the time I'm here, which is almost 25 years, I think only one time I've attempted to wash my car manually. And I think by the time I sprayed my car, put the soap on it, the car was dry. But a lot of people still love washing. And I enjoyed washing my car. It's a little exercise. It'll being outside. And I don't think the last time I really did it was since I left Jersey,
Right.
realistically.
Right.
But a lot of people still like doing that. How many people wash down their driveway with hoses? For whatever the reason, you get all the leaves and the cracks. And I'm guilty of that at times, but I'm conscious of it that I try to do it quickly.
Right.
Not an excuse.
Right.
But things like that. Okay, and how about this one? Taking advantage of Mother Nature. And I brought this up because of what's going on today. It's raining today. If you know in advance that it's raining, and I used
Put
to
the
do
barrels
this,
out.
Put the barrels out, exactly. Stand out there with their little cups and run down to Lake Mead. But turn your water sprinklers off, especially now that we're coming out of the heat of the summer, okay? Turn your sprinklers off for half a day, whatever it is, based on, Jennifer says I should get a mini reading. We'll see if Mona has time before we get off the air to do that. I did one as we got off the air last time, but we'll see. So turn your sprinklers off if you know. If you know it's going to rain and there's like 80% chance of rain, then hedge your bet for one day. What's the
Right.
worst thing that'll happen? You turn them back on the next day.
Right.
Don't be like me one year. I left them off for about 2 weeks and the grass died. But
Oh,
anyway,
man.
so just some of these are logical. And it's like what I used to say in business. Sometimes you have to go back to basics.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And these are just gentle reminders at all. You know, little simple things. If you brush your teeth, you need the water running while you're brushing. Turn it off, brush, then turn it back on. You're in the shower. Don't let it run for 15 minutes
Oh,
to get
I
hot
can take a
before-
shower in 5 minutes.
No,
so,
but
yeah.
getting in there is one thing. But a lot of people wait and let it run till the water comes up. They go off and do something else, and then they come back, and the next thing you know, your shower's running for 15 minutes before you even get
Oh,
in.
no, not me.
So these are just logical things. So, all right. I don't know if you have time. Jennifer wants a quick reading. If you have time, we do it. If not, we can.
Wait, Jennifer or you?
Jennifer wants you to have me do a reading on me.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm going to have
let's-
you draw the cards.
Okay, right hand or left hand? I don't remember.
Left hand.
Left hand. All right.
Yeah, so just leave them right here in front of me.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That one, and we'll do that one. All right, Jennifer, this is for you, Jennifer.
No, it's for you.
Well, no,
She's
we're
just
doing
going to
it
be
because-
voyeuristic and listen in.
Ooh, boy. First you're talking
Boy, I'm
about,
on a mood today.
I was going to say,
tell
first
you.
you were talking about titillating stuff.
Tantalizing,
Now we're talking
yeah, the whole
voyeur
bit.
stuff. All right, here we go.
Okay.
I should be afraid, but I'm not.
Okay, so you've got to keep your emotions in check. For,
Go ahead, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, because go ahead.
you got to keep your emotions in check for something very unfair that just happened with you.
Okay.
And that this is not the first time this has happened. This has happened before.
Okay.
So you're seeing the striped elephant sitting in the living room, and you're trying to figure out how to explain the striped elephant to the thing that was unfair to you. But this is disruption. If you don't say something, you're going to explode. So that's it in a nutshell, my friend.
That's it? All those cards?
Well, okay. So this is something that's been going on. No. This,
Okay.
the first card is this has been something going on for a while.
Okay.
This is the card that you're seeing the truth.
Okay.
All right. But you haven't figured out quite how to explain it yet.
Okay.
This is me telling you, do not lose your temper. Keep your
Gotcha.
emotions in check.
Okay.
Put everything in writing. Get everything in writing. Prove everything in writing. Okay. This is you treating everything like a business deal.
Okay.
This is saying that you're being a bit of a procrastinator, and that's the crap hitting the car, the
The
fan.
proverbial fan?
Yeah, right
Wow.
there. Now, but you're already aware of it. It's not a surprise. You're already in it right now. But the power move is for you to not let it get to you emotionally. And that's difficult for you right now because this is so blatantly.
When you have feelings, you just know, and then you do something like this, it just kind of validates.
Who's that?
Motivational speaker, world international, and some of the things I was sharing with her kind of almost hit exactly with what you just said in the car.
You and that whole water sign thing.
I know.
I'm just saying.
I know. All right.
Although my main one is Mona website, and we can.
About that judging thing about how we past week, and the prince is now a prince. Also, too
The
earlier
prince is now a king.
as a king.
Yes.
King
Charles.
Also earlier that day, world-renowned news anchor Bernard Shaw passed away
Yes.
from CNN and NBC News. And then one thing that I would be remiss in not mentioning, today is September 10th, which means tomorrow is the unfortunate anniversary of September 11th. We'll never forget families and everybody. We were all affected to some degree.
Oh my God, everyone.
And let's just, please, folks, let's just not forget what happened that day, and let us hold our heads up high for who we are as part of the United States of America. Okay, next week's show, not sure what I'm doing yet. I will be actually out emceeing Celebrity Grudge Match. The Raiders, the legend Raiders taking on the legend Arizona Cardinals, because that's who's playing the regular game. I will be hosting that.
How fun.
I'm going to try to pre-tape a show that'll run next week, but we'll see how time works. And then I'll be back in the studio live the following week. With that, for my dear friend and guest, Mystic Mona, for everybody out there who's been watching on all our channels, we thank you. And as I always like
you.
to say, be kind to everybody. Why is that? We're all we have. We'll see you next time on Aaron's Hour.